What's going on, everybody? Austin Got Figs here, and I'm going to be bringing you guys another action figure review, man. And I have not done one of these in a minute, actually, so I'm very hyped to be doing another one for you guys today. I'm gonna pretty much just review the figure, like I said, and obviously you guys get to leave me your thoughts on the figure down below. Let me know if maybe you guys will pick it up. You guys obviously just let me know all that down below, but let's get right into this review. All right, man, so here is the figure we're going to be reviewing today. The Elite Series 108 Omos, man. So I'm really hyped to honestly review this figure. I can't wait to see really just the height of this figure, because we all know Omos is a tall dude. So I just can't wait to see the height on this figure, man. So let's take a look at the packaging first. So obviously on the front here you get a picture of Omos, Series 108. Like I said, Omos is name right there. You get the WWE logo, and then you have the actual figure window right here. On the other side of the box, we have, again, Series 108. We have another picture of Omos right there. And then we have the Elite Collection logo as well, right at the bottom right there. At the back of the box, we obviously have another picture of Omos right here, where the gear on this figure is inspired from. We have a little description if you want to read that right there. Go ahead and pause. And then we also have, again, Elite Collection. We have his name right there, and then everything you need to really know about him, where he's where he's from, his height, his weight, his finisher, and that's about it for there. This is everybody that came in this wave of the Elite Series 108, and then all that, if you care about any of that on the bottom. On the other side of the packaging, again, just have Omos, Certified Authentic, and then Elite Collection logo once again right there. All right, now let's actually unbox this figure and review it. All right, we'll start off with the accessories on this figure. So we'll look at these hands first. So here we just have the regular old fisted hands with the nice little tape on the hands as well, which is very cool. I do enjoy this look. I think this is definitely going to go well on the figure for sure. So yeah, I really do enjoy these hands right here. We'll look at the other one as well, if I can even grab it. Okay, there we go. Here's the other hand, obviously the same thing, just, same tape on the hand. Also, as you can see, it might be a little bit harder to see, but he does have a little bit of vein detail as well. It might be hard to see, though, so I think that's cool as well. We'll look at the other hands now as well. Let's get them over here. All right, here's the other hands as well. These are the mic holding hands, pretty much the same as the other hands right here, just they're mic holding, really. That's the only difference here. Again, there's some vein detail as well. I mean, it's definitely more clear here, as you can see. The more vein detail right here on these hands, so that's very cool. Again, mic holding hand with the white tape. Look at the other one. Same thing. Nice vein detail. And just the same white tape, man. So I think these hands are very cool. In my opinion, I like I like how the tape blends in with the actual skin tone of the figure, 100% for sure. All right, and then Omos actually comes with obviously his headgear. So I think this is very sick, man, honestly. It goes on very well. Let me open it up here. If you can see right here, that little right there, that is what clips the front together. So the front does come undone, as you can see. And then obviously you have the little hood right here. And I want to actually look at this hood for a second, man. I think they did very well on the actual, this part, the head aspect. Because if you look at the box, man, it looks very accurate how the hood is shaped, in my opinion. I think that is very cool. I noticed that when I actually had picked up the figure. I just thought that was very sick. Just something that just stood out. So I think that's very cool. Obviously, if we go to the back of this, it says, oh, if I can even focus. I think that says D3D. Don't quote me on that, though. I don't really know, so that's my fault. Same thing right there. So the logo is pretty sick on the back. I think that adds lots of good detail to this actual piece. And then that's really it for the back. I mean, obviously it does say Omos. I'm assuming that's what that says right there on the front. So I think that's very sick as well, man. So overall, this piece and just the overall accessories are very sick, man, in my opinion. You got the hands and you got the headwear, man. So I think Omos does come with some pretty sick accessories, man. But now let's get into the actual figure. All right, man. So here is the actual Omos figure, dude. So This thing is tall, man, and we're actually gonna get into a height comparison with the Undertaker because I have an Undertaker figure and I think he's really tall. So we're gonna do a comparison in just a few moments here. But let's review the figure first, man. So like I said, very tall figure. Just that's one thing to note first. So one thing that we do obviously want to look for in a figure first is the head scan. So I'm actually gonna pop it off real quick, and then so let's get a closer look up on this head scan here. Okay, so this head scan, I would argue that this head scan is fairly good, man. I do like this head scan. I think they did do very good on the head scan. I think it does look fairly realistic in my opinion. I think it matches the Omos, the real Omos perfectly. If we turn it to the side, just you get a good shot of his ear, man. I guess if you want to get a shot of his ear there, there's the back. And then there's the other side as well. I like the beard too. I think the beard I think the beard goes very well with this. I think they did great on this overall head scan, man. I think it just looks very sick in my opinion. But yeah, I mean that's really it for the head scan, man. I think that is very, very cool right there, man, in my opinion. So let's put the head obviously back on the figure now. Gotta put it in there. Okay. And then let's look at the sort of arm area here. So if you look at the arms, you obviously have that wrist tape or the hand tape that we were talking about on the when we were going over the accessories. And then so it blends in very nicely with the hand, and then you go down to the more forearm tape too. So I think that is very cool in my opinion. I think that is one of the things that stands out on the figure instantly for me. I know it's like kind of a small thing, but I think that's very sick right there. Obviously you do get the double jointed elbows. Let's get a good shot of that there, so you can bend the elbow, and it moves very smoothly too, of course. So it does have a nice bend to it. And then this obviously the bicep obviously goes all the way around there. It moves smoothly as well, so that is very sick as well. I do think as far as the overall arm goes, I think they nailed that too, man. I think because Omos, I mean, he's pretty buff, man. So I do think they did good on the arms here. I don't think they lowballed it at all. I think they pretty much captured it perfectly in my opinion for the overall bicep and just arm personally. Well, let's move on to the other arm as well. It's pretty much just the same thing as the other one. You obviously, like we had talked about in the accessories, you got the hand tape, which blends in perfectly into the forearm tape, in my opinion. Same as the other arm, the elbow does bend. Let's get a good shot of that. There you go. And again, just like the other arm, moves very smoothly. Again, the bicep moves smoothly as well. Oh, hold on. There we go. That moves smoothly as well. Again, as far as the arms go, I think they nailed the arms perfectly. It just looks very sick in my opinion. Let's go back to the head actually. Let's just see how good it turns. So you can pretty much go all the way around with this Omos, man. So, if you really want to do a whole 360, you can on this figure. As far as looking down, it doesn't really, that part of the figure, it doesn't look down that well. It's pretty much, just a basic standard head in my opinion there. Let's go down to more of the ab crunch area here. So I can't lie, I do like this ab crunch. I think it moves smoothly in my opinion, and I mean that's how far he would go back, or he would go forward. And then this is how far he would go back. And then there's the forward again, the back again. So I think the ab crunch is very good on this figure in my opinion, man. I do have to say that. Let's get him back there. As far as the overall attire in this area goes, I do like this attire. Obviously, you can see it doesn't look very green on camera, but this is green. And then you have the little white stripe right here, and which all that blends into the black in this area, which I think is very sick. We can move to the back of this area of the figure. You have more designs right here, which is sick as well. I think that is very cool. And as far as the overall upper body moves, it moves fairly good. I just think, it is a bit stiff, but not that stiff, man. I think it's still pretty damn good in my opinion. So if you did want to do a whole 360 with this area, you can. Let's. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. Look at the side here. You do have more designs here as well. You got a little bit of red and then the green. So that's very sick. Go to the other side. Pretty much the same thing there as well with the red and the green. That red really doesn't pop on this camera, man. Damn. But this is red, as you can see there on that part of the figure. Let's move on to the actual lower body here. So by lower body, of course, I mean the pant area, the legs. So these legs, I think, are very sick as well, in my opinion. I think they move very well. So if you want to, you want to do a little bit of that, I think that, the figure can do this very well if you wanted to do something like that. As far as forward and back, you want to do a kind of like a big boot or maybe a leg drop. Pretty sick. As far, let's see how much they go back. You do about that. Because they don't really go back as well as they would forward, but that's kind of like any figure. As far as the bend, as you can see here, that does bend back on this leg. Then you can do this as well if you want to have them like seated on the top rope, so it can bend like that as well. And I think the overall legs, they bend very well, man. In my opinion, I think the bend is great. But yeah, man, as far as the bend goes on the legs, it's very sick. Let's look at the actual leg detail, just like the attire. So I do like how they went with the black pants, of course. I mean, typical Omos, pretty much. And then I think this red is very sick. It goes in well with the black. The pants and with this, with this area is very sick, man, with just the color schemes that they chose here. And just the detail of the pants as well, man. Just a little hidden, just the little details, like even this little buckle here, I think is very sick as well. If you want to, move the thighs and all that, so you can do all that, 360. And then same with the other one as well. So yeah, man, I think the legs are very cool on this figure. They work well. They're not stiff at all, and they work greatly in my opinion. So, and I mean, yeah, that's really it for the lower half of the figure, man. I mean, you got the shoes as well. Obviously, if you really want to take a look at the shoes, I mean, the shoes are pretty stiff, and I think I honestly prefer the shoes a little bit stiffer in my opinion. So if you don't like the shoes to be very stiff, then you probably won't like this. But the shoes are pretty damn stiff, man. Like these aren't going anywhere unless you like really want to put some force into it. But yeah. So yeah, I mean that's really the whole figure, man. I mean it does what an action figure should do. Bends well, works well, and it looks good, dude. Like I said, the head scan looks well. I like the arms. I think they did great on the arms. And the overall attire that they chose to go with is awesome as well. Let me actually put on the headgear and let's look at the figure in its full form. Alright, man, so here he is with the headgear, dude, and this looks even more sick, man. This looks awesome. I really dig this figure a lot, man. I think this is, if you, for some reason, have not gotten this figure, I would definitely recommend picking this up. This is very sick. Obviously, it is an older series by now. I mean, we're in pretty much to the Elite Series. I mean, we already know what I think Elite Series 121 is going to be. So, I mean, this is Elite Series 108. So it is an older series by now, but definitely worth the pickup if you haven't gotten this. Like, if you can get your hands on this, I would recommend, man. But man, this headgear is just sick. You got, again, the Omos and all that. Just, there's the back. I think this gear, this whole headgear, just the overall figure, man, looks awesome. Like I did mention at the start of the video, I do want to get a little height comparison with the Undertaker. So let me actually go grab my Undertaker and let's do a height comparison. Alright, man, here's a height comparison. So, before I got this Omos figure, I thought this figure was really damn tall, man, which it is. I'm not saying this Undertaker figure is not tall, dude, because this is a tall figure. But compared to Omos, man, this figure looks like a beast, man. The height comparison is actually crazy. You get a better shot of the height comparison here. You can easily see that Undertaker is shorter than Omos, obviously, and they portrayed that really well with this Omos, man. They got the height I like how the figure is very tall, man. Obviously, I mean, when getting an Omos figure, you should figure that it's going to be a tall figure, and I think that is very cool about this figure is the height, man. That is one thing that definitely stands out as well on this Omos figure. But yeah, there's the height comparison, man. It's just absolutely crazy. I mean, you can deny that this is shorter, but either way, I mean, this is definitely taller, bro. Omos is definitely taller than this Undertaker. All right, man. That was the Elite Series 108 Omos figure review, man. This figure is awesome. Definitely pick this figure up if you get a chance. It's so awesome, dude. I love this figure, and I highly recommend that you pick this up if you have not gotten it. 100%, man. Let me know your guys' thoughts, though, on this figure down below. Do you think it's a good figure? Do you think it's a bad figure? I mean, you guys just let me know all that down below, but I definitely argue that this is a sick figure, man. So, you guys let me know all your questions, concerns about this figure down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you in the comments below. If you do want to see more content like this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and even turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload a video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.